going to be interviewing my dad about Operation Desert Storm. First question, what were you doing when it happened?
I was in the Air Force, and I was involved with testing weapon systems and GPS that you guys use for your phone now. It wasn't all ready back then.
Okay. Second question, were you scared or nervous about the war?
I was scared because I didn't think there was going to be a war. Hadn't been a war in a long time when I was younger, and I was kind of freaked out that there was a war. But we were definitely prepared, and my job was to get some bombs and missile systems online and to get GPS working enough for us to bomb all the enemies.
Okay. Did you have faith you were going to win?
Everybody in America had faith we were going to win. We were protecting the Kuwaitis who had been invaded by Iraq, and we knew that we were going to push them back and win.
What kind of guns did y'all use?
I had an M16 and a 9mm firearm, but the bombs, well, the weapon systems I was testing that got used on people were things like the ANRAM system, which is a plane-to-plane missile that can kill other combat airplanes up to 15 miles away, even further.
Okay. Did you know anyone who fought in the war?
I knew a lot of people that fought in the war because my unit fought in the war. Now, we were only there for a little bit, but we met a lot of people, especially Army people, that were in the war like all the time, mostly tank troopers.
What was the war like?
For me, the war was like going, going to travel to a different country for a minute, do something and go away. Because we were combat ready, but our job wasn't combat. Our job was to deliver the bombs that needed to be used, and then to go forward in the combat space to set up what are called reflectors to augment our GPS so that the planes could drop those super precision bombs on people.
What foods did you eat?
What foods did we eat? We ate MREs, meals ready to eat, made by, unfortunately, not the Air Force. They were made by, I don't know who, but the Army gave them to us, and I had a turkey one, and I had a meatball one, and they were both really gross. The turkey one still had the bumpy little skin of the turkey on it and stuff. Ooh, yuck. But some of the other MREs were really good, like the spaghetti one and the pizza one were actually awesome.
Okay. What was your sergeant's name?
My sergeant's name was Staff Sergeant Ronald Barassa, and he came from Corpus Christi, and I used to call him Barassa all the time. And he was a big bodybuilding guy. Didn't want to mess with him.
Okay. And was the war very sad?
I think it was a very heroic thing for us to do to save that small country. There were lots of sad things that happened in it. One of them that you can look up, I believe, is called the Road to Death, where we blew up a giant armored column of Iraqis that probably couldn't defend themselves, but they were trying to attack us anyway. I was away from that, and I wasn't part of that part. So I think it was a good war. I think we did the right thing. No war's happy. Most wars are all wars are sad, but I wasn't traumatized, if that's what you mean by it.
Okay, and last question is this is a pretty obvious question, but who won the war?
We won the war. However, we didn't. We America and the coalition forces, which means France and England and several other countries, even including Japan, that helped protect Kuwait. We won the war, but we didn't take over Iraq, and that probably was a mistake moving forward. So, do you have any other questions? Like, I remember I was part of the 46th test group. My last rank was sergeant, and you guys took all my medals off my uniforms, and I'm done.
Okay, well that is the end of this interview. So okay, that's the end. Yeah. So that's the end.
Oh, and I was supposed to wear this.
Okay, goodbye everyone.
Bye.